Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about deadbeat baby mamas because too often in society I hear the term deadbeat dad, even though dads are never really given a choice and a woman can decide that she doesn't want to be a mother and she's praised for it. She's got a bunch of different options, safe haven law, morning after pill, and in a lot of places even abortion. But a man says, I don't want a baby. A woman says, my body, my choice, and boom, just like that. He's financially responsible for her independent decision for the next 18 years. And if he runs from that, he's a deadbeat. Well, today I would like to highlight deadbeat moms. The abusive ones that take away the children, that show up at inappropriate times, that have emotional outbursts of anger in front of the children. Before I do, I want to start off with this video primarily because it's circling around and women seem to think that this woman knows what she's talking about when it comes to men and how they deal with emotions. And the reason why I feel like it's important is because this type of thinking towards men and how they manage emotions is the exact type of thinking that abusers use to justify their abusive behavior towards their boyfriends or their baby daddies. Kind of like the behavior you're about to see today. Imagine not knowing how to communicate as a grown man and giving silent treatment because you have the emotional intelligence of a carrot and can't deal with emotions. I personally love how all the women who make these types of assumptions about men and their emotions, they themselves appear to have the emotional intelligence of a carrot. See, people like this girl seem to be under the impression that men really don't deal with emotions. They don't have them, they don't process them the same, and they are the ones who, again, emotional intelligence of a carrot, refuse to realize that maybe we are at fault as a society for how men manage their emotions, because men have them and they do manage them. They just manage them, can you guess it? On their own, yes, because we as a society tell them to deal with all of our bullshit, all of our emotions, but shut the fuck up about theirs.
Men don't have multiple areas in the brain for emotions. They only have 2 areas of the brain for emotion and they compartmentalize it. So how women will be like, oh, it's like pulling teeth to get him to talk. It's because men can very easily just set aside the emotion. And if they do tap into the emotion, it's pure emotion because they're not able to solve problems and talk and hear at the same time. So it's just this one area for emotion. And then if it's going to come out, it's going to come out raw and scary.
I'm super confused because at first she said there was only 2 areas for emotion. And then at the end, she said that there was 1. So number 1, this is absolutely stupid. I would love to see where she got her degree from. First of all, right off the hop, that is just not how the brain works. The brain structure works like this. These are the 3 brain structures that appear to be closely linked with emotions. And guess what? This appears in the male and female brain. So your whole theory that you have is just right off the bat completely inaccurate. Not to mention, the male and female brain are awfully similar, with the male brain being 10% bigger. However, they do not find that that impacts things like intelligence or emotional regulation. What they do find it impacts is certain tasks like being able to recognize faces better. In fact, the biggest difference is the inferior parietal lobe. That tends to be much larger in men, but do you know what it's responsible for? Sensory processing and sensory motor integration. However, there are health differences between the male and the female brain, just simply because of the dichotomy, and this is what it is. So to break it down for this dum-dum, men feel emotion differently than women. You think men have the emotional intelligence of a carrot? I would argue that we as women are the ones with the emotional intelligence of a carrot. If we're the ones walking around saying things like, men just feel emotions differently, so I can abuse him, I can hurt his feelings, I can use his past against him, I can take his children away because it just won't affect him, right? Studies are showing that more and more men are opting out of marriage as well as having babies, and these women are a prime example of why men are just refusing to have children and why if you want children, you need to pick your baby mama wisely.
Man, this girl is so aggravating. She's always doing something. No! You serious right now? Is you serious?
Apart from the fact that that is absolute Neanderthal behavior, I think it's disgusting how women expect men to pay for things like probably an $8 drink, and then the moment he says something she doesn't like, which usually revolves around him calling her out on her shit, Then all of a sudden, the things that you have worked hard for, like your money and your car, that just suddenly becomes collateral damage. I would take that caterpillar looking ass and chuck her out the fucking window. Where are you? A gas station? You can walk home, thank you.
Who takes kids to Chuck E. Cheese
what
without
the
their
fuck is
mother?
wrong, though?
Like, how do you
Man, you
call
got me
yourself
fucked up, man. It's my
celebrating
motherfucking baby birthday,
anything?
dog. Watch
How
out,
do you
dog.
call yourself celebrating anything without me?
Dog, get the fuck
As if she
man.
wouldn't be here without me.
No, hell no. Watch
Who the
out,
fuck
man.
does that?
You can't, man. Watch out.
Wow, so it's their child's birthday. He took them to Chuck E. Cheese, didn't want her around for, oh God, I wonder why. He now has to take his daughter out of her birthday party early.
Dog, what is you on, dog? Chill
the
out,
fuck is
man.
you on?
What you on? It's my baby birthday,
No, what
man.
the fuck is you on?
Dog, you forcing it, my nigga. For
No,
real.
you forced it.
You forced
Like,
it.
you
What made you
forced-
come all the way up here?
Look, hurry up and get my baby out of this parking lot.
No,
Cars is
hell no.
coming and shit. You want to act an ass and act like you can't invite me? It's my whole mother.
What do parents not understand? Once you guys split up, not even when you guys are together, it's not about you guys anymore. When you have children, it's about them. Congratulations. That girl looks like, what, 6 years old? You want that to be her memory of her 6th birthday? This is just appalling behavior, and the fact that she's in his face with a camera, chasing him around a fucking parking lot, making him zigzag and shit, and then has the audacity to say, get my babies out of this parking lot. They wouldn't have to be there if your trolling ass hadn't come storming through like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Fucking baby
It
birthday.
don't matter. This
Then
is
you
my
want to
baby.
sneak off to
This is
Chuck
my
E.
baby. You
Cheese.
spend the
It
time
took
together
me
for
had
our birthday.
to
You can do
find
your
out
own
where the
thing.
fuck you at.
You can do your
Like,
own thing. You
really?
got me fucked up, man.
Really?
Watch out, man. For
Who
real, you
does
forcing
shit
it,
like
man.
that?
Watch out, man.
Who does shit
Watch
like
out,
that?
man. Watch out.
The audacity. Who does shit like that while you're throwing a whole ass fit in the middle of a parking lot in front of your kids over Chuck E. Cheese?
But you want to swear
Watch
you're
out,
such a
dog.
good daddy, you're a
You can do
family
your own
man.
thing, dog. Watch out, man.
I don't think my ass like her birthday was today.
Man, come on, man. We ain't got time for this shit, man.
Who calls themselves going to
Come on.
celebrate without the mother though? Where's you going?
You said you were being a father and a family man. Yeah, that's exactly it. She is mad because he's not giving her the heat-seeking moisture missile anymore. Well, I don't really think your children give a fuck on whether or not the parents are smashing pissers. They care about having happy memories, a memory that mother just absolutely fucking destroyed.
You know, how we gonna act like that's how we gonna act? Is that how we gonna act? That's how we gonna act. Is that how we gonna act? You gonna act like that? That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna.
If this were gender reversed and it was a man doing that shit, like security would be running, people would be separating the two, but because it's a man, everyone's just like, oh, I wonder what he did. It was probably his fault.
That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Babe. That's what we doing. No, I've been on it. Being on it.
That girl's laughing. Like, what is so fucking funny about domestic violence and public humiliation? I'm confused.
Wait. Yeah. You mad? You mad? I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Here's the way. Over to the tripping, man. You ain't going over to the. Oh, you gonna act like that? What it is? Yeah. It is what it is.
And not a damn motherfucking person said a goddamn thing. It is so fucking normalized. But the reality is if it were gender reversed, it would be the most inexcusable, disgusting, most socially unacceptable thing that was ever seen.
Gonna have my baby here.
What you mean?
No, why you didn't tell me that you was gonna have my baby here? You didn't.
I gotta tell you that he gonna be here with his family.
What, you mad? You mad? You mad? What you mad for?
That's not my side of the family.
Come on, man. I'm too
You need to let me know wherever he go.
She literally looks like a fucking pineapple. Again, another deadbeat mom crashing their child's party because why wasn't I invited? Well, I wonder why. You are clearly an insufferable human being. I mean, why is it not obvious?
Bro, I know you ain't gonna.
Yeah, we been swimming. What you talking about? We been on the pool.
That's not okay.
He can be whatever he want to.
I love how the mama and the aunties are all there like, get the fuck out of here.
My goddamn high nigga shit.
know you for real, so we're not even gonna go there. We're not even gonna go there.
Goddamn high. Just take that shit back across the freeway over there.
My God, that's how you know that she's bad. When the whole family starts trolling, like the uncle got in there, the aunties, even the grandma got involved. You have got to be one low, bottom of the barrel human being of a mother to not be invited to your child's party because you're that insufferable, but to just show up and crash anyways and just have that much of an inability to read the room.
Ain't nobody taught nothing.
When you don't wake up and your shit sprayed, keep recording. Justice Gonzalez, bitch, I get it.
Yep, sure
when
did.
you don't wake up, bitch, it's because of me.
Yep.
And I'm going to be real fucking grateful, ho. And I got your bitch's address, too.
That's fine. You're going to be in jail.
Okay, I'll go to jail, bitch. Get out the house.
And when you do, I'm going to go get my kid.
Oh my God. I thought that Roly Poly Part 2 was gonna jump out of that car. I was like, there's more? It gets bigger?
Get her! Get her! There she is, tearing my shit up again.
A big part of me really hates that we're in such an age of cell phones, but the other half of me is so grateful because if it weren't for cell phones, so many deadbeat moms would just continue to get away with this behavior just like they have been for the last like hundreds of years. At least now fathers are able to record and like, if the courts don't believe them, at least the rest of us believe them.
And his crazy baby mama pops up, steals the keys, puts it in her underwear, and screams for help.
Look, all of a sudden, I'm just look. You touch me. Stop fucking touching me. Stop touching. You're fine.
I am stealing your property, unlawfully holding it in my cooter, but help me! You're the one who needs help. You're the one shoving metal up your cooch. What's the matter with you?
You're fine.
She took that phrase key in a lock very seriously.
She's having a moment. She's having a moment, guys. Don't mind her.
Ugh, like that smile from hell. My God, it is creepier than the bat from The Great Mouse Detective. Don't ask. You need to choose your baby mamas very, very wisely. Keep your assets close to you. Make sure you have a lawyer. And for the love of God, always have your cell phone on you. I really want to stress to fathers who are dealing with crazy baby mamas like this now, not only will your children see the truth in the future, but if she is that crazy, like imagine what the kids are dealing with at home. And if you're fighting a biased family court system, please just hold on, keep doing your best, be as non-reactive as you can be. And I know that it hurts. It is not going to be easy, but if anybody is going to be the hero of this story, who better to be their hero than you? Because if they don't see it now, they're especially going to see it when they're older and be like, oh my God, mom was that crazy and dad still did his best to be there for us? God damn. I mean, she's the one that's going to die alone with a million cats. Her children aren't going to want anything to do with her because kids aren't stupid. They're not stupid when they're young, and when they become adults, everything comes into picture. So if you can help it, choose your baby mamas wisely. Wrap up your Willy the One-Eyed Wonder Snake. Don't give your baby mamas any more dick. Exes are exes for a reason. And if you can help it, please keep your Willy the One-Eyed Wonder Wiener away from crazy ladies like these. Thank you.
Don't gotta be oh baby, no envy, okay. Don't gotta be so